Hello again, everybody. Once again, a late night video for you guys on the double upload day. I hope you guys enjoyed the Let's Argue AFL. That one took me a long time to get done, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. Now we are here with the round 12 preview, kicking off tonight with an awesome matchup of Melbourne versus Brisbane. Very excited for it because every single game has someone that I'm interested in or some aspect that I'm interested in. And considering it's a bye week, it's going to shake up a lot of people's teams. It sure has for mine. As you can see here, my star powers has remained pretty untouched. However, I'm going to quickly check the AFL website just to make sure I know who it is. We have Suns, North, Power, Hawks, Cats, and one other team that I just missed out on. But there are a lot of teams, a lot of good teams that have got buys this week, such as the Cats, I know for sure. That means Guthrie and Duncan are out for my team. However, Collingwood, I think, either are not out or have a buy. I can't remember. Hold on, let me check again. Okay, it was the Giants that I was missing. But what I'm trying to get at is that Grundy is not playing. Although he has had a pretty speeded or a type of surprise, I guess you can call it. Basically, he was supposed to be out considering his nasty injury last week. But he is going to, I don't think he's going to play tonight, but he is going to be a little bit quicker of a return to the team. I don't know if they've got the bye next week, Collingwood, but who knows what will happen. And just had to make sure again, yes, he is out. Okay, I'm not tripping. Brodie Grundy is injured and he does have to sit out for a few weeks, I believe. But this is going to be my team going in. I'm confident that this team will do well. Clayton Oliver's been putting up numbers, so having him as a green is a privilege. I think I'd like Jack McRae a little bit more, but Clayton Oliver's doing really well still. Paddy Cripps starting to regain some form. He's back into Paddy Cripps style. However, his team still needs to put some wins up on the board. I think West Coast has a few players out, so could be a good chance for him to shine. Hugh McCluggage, I've kept with him. There's just not many future cards that are like much better than this Hugh McCluggage. He's a really, he's been probably the most consistently decent player. Rising is always a struggle with me. I've decided to go with Rowbottom. I couldn't do Ridley. I was just too worried. He's playing it in the back pocket this week. That may be good for him. He may have a good game, but James Rowbottom, he's a lot more of a midfield type of rising card, so he may be able to do a little bit more. And Daniel Rich, considering Joel Silwood is not able to be in my team, I've decided to go with Rich. He's been putting up some decent numbers, and I'm hoping that with him out there, he'll be able to do some big things for me. So, Daniel Rich, please be good for me this week. I'm obviously aiming for top 20, but who knows whether it happens. But my aim to get this into 2 digits at the very minimum. I'd like to get to at least 99. If I don't, that'll be a little bit disappointing. We've done it before. Let's see whether we can do it here. That'll get this season rank going up very high, and I'm very excited to see how high we can go before we hit the end. So, hopefully Star Powers goes well for me. We'll go over to top team. I've decided to switch up the backman this time. I've gone with Jack Crisp. Jack Crisp had a really good game last week. And he seems to be one of the most consistent players for Collingwood. So I'm going to hope that Chris can have another good game. He'll need to step up. Obviously, Collingwood hasn't had the greatest of seasons so far. So hopefully he will step up. I believe he's playing in the midfield. So maybe he'll be able to do a bit more. I've switched up Lions. Lions has been kind of slacking. I probably should have switched up a bit quicker. But I'm going with Jack McRae. Jack McRae, obviously. Lots of praise for him this season. I am probably known as Jack McRae's #1 super fan at this point, but he's been awesome this season. Obviously, Grundy is also out. If Grundy was in, this would be a straight Collingwood and Bulldogs lineup. But we're going with Max Gawn at the ruckman position. Again, he's been pretty decent. Grundy, I think, has been performing the best points-wise out of the two. But Max Gawn is not that far behind. He's still doing really well. And he can have the occasional game where he stands out for Melbourne, because Melbourne's just been playing awesome this season. So there is a good chance that Max Gawn has a great game tonight. Marcus Bontempelli as my forward position, because he's usually in the midfield, gets his hand on the balls, and yeah, usually able to do big things in there. So we're going to go to top 18. A lot has changed for top 18. Backman, a little bit of change here and there, but for the most part, my only change was Lockie Whitfield to Sam Doherty, because Sam Doherty's been doing pretty decent under the radar for the most part, so I've got him in there. I've also got in the midfield two Melbourne players. Clayton Oliver's playing awesome, out of his mind the last 2 weeks. Max Gawn, again, best ruckman I've got, so I'm going to put him in there. Jack McRae, Jared Lyons, who I'm hoping will have a standout performance tonight. I'm hoping he will be able to flip a switch. Sam Walsh, again, he's kind of in the middle. He gets talked about, but he doesn't. When he plays well, he gets talked about for Carlton. But when they don't, he doesn't really get talked about. So I'm going to have Sam Walsh in there. I haven't had him in for much of the year, so I'm going to chuck him in this one time. And Lachie Neale is back! Trust Lachie Neale! We have our trust in Lachie Neale. Hopefully he will do big things tonight on his return, which is going to be very, very exciting. I'm hoping Lachie Neale has a really good performance. Go to forwards. Few of the same, few changes. We got Marcus Bontempelli, obviously. We've had him pretty much this entire series. Caleb Walker's sticking in there. He kicked 3 goals last week, and obviously in the race for the Coleman, he's probably going to try and kick some big goals this weekend. I put Kyle Langford in here. Now, this one, I honestly was shocked as to how I didn't see him. Kyle Langford is playing, I believe, as a follower, which is going to be awesome because I'm always looking for forwards who also play as followers or get lots of disposals and help the team out for the most part. And Kyle Langford's just been under the radar, and I haven't even noticed. So hopefully Kyle Langford will pull out a good performance, as has been doing really, really well. So hopefully they'll be able to get some big possessions from him when they play. I can't remember. Jack Billings, he played pretty decent last week. Got a few disposals, kicked a couple goals. Big things from him. And Isaac Heaney had a ripper week last week, so I'm going to keep him in. Shai Bolton, I got his prize card earlier in the week, so you know what? We're bringing him into the top team. Hopefully big things from him as well. Just some disposals here and there. Maybe a goal or two. Who knows? I'm hoping he can get himself into the game. Obviously, top 18 is probably our best one. We're probably the best at top 18 out of anything. But last week was disappointing for what we're used to, because we came 84th with one who got injured, one who didn't, sorry, one wasn't injured, one of them got pulled out 10 minutes before the game started. Brody Grundy got injured, that's what I'm talking about, that's what I'm thinking of. But a lot of injured players, a lot of players playing below their usual self, and we still got in the top 100. So, top 10, it's not as difficult as it may seem. But we go to top 4 here. We go to our ladder. This is the one we struggle with. There is such little leniency for top 4 that number 1 was 423. Number 9 was only 4 points less. So you have to be top of the top in order to get in this area. There were, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players with 420 and 2 players with 419. I don't know what number 10 had. I could presume 412. I could only presume that. But hopefully we got big things coming this weekend for our team. Maybe a top 10 finish in top 4. I think I'd be the most proud of that if that actually happened. That'd be unreal. So let's hope and pray that goes well for us. We go over to our tips now. Now this one is a special one because I haven't actually done my tips yet. As you can tell, it's a bye week. It is a bye week, so we'll see what happens in terms of all these matchups. But we'll go with the first matchup tonight. Melbourne versus Brisbane. I am a big Brisbane fan, and I feel like I've been almost a hater to Melbourne as of recently, and I apologise because Melbourne, I don't think they're a bad team at all. It's just every time they've been playing over the last 2 weeks, I've just tipped against them, which may come back to bite me in the ass, but I'm a Brisbane man. I'm excited for Brisbane. I hope they do big things, but yeah, Melbourne, good chance they top me off. There's a good chance that they make me pay for that tip, so hopefully Brisbane, Hugh McCluggage, Lachie Neale can come out and put up some big numbers. I'm hoping something good will happen from that. But we go to our next matchup. Let's go Carlton, West Coast. Let's just go in order now, I think. Carlton, West Coast. I want to pick West Coast so bad. I can't remember where they're playing. Hold up, let me check. They are playing in New South Wales. So, closer to Carlton, but I mean, at the same time, not really a home game for them. I am going to go out on a limb and say Carlton. I'm just going to trust my gut. Carlton, do it for me. Please. Paddy Cripps, put him on the back. Sam Doherty play big defense. I want Sam Walsh to do amazingly, and I want you to stop Jack Darling, because Jack Darling has been in my team once before, and if he comes in and pulls out a 7-goal performance, I'll cry. Freo versus the Dogs. I'm going to go with the Dogs. Pretty safe tip for me, personally. Unless Dogs have a complete collapse against the Dockers, I think The Dogs will be fine. Essendon versus Richmond. I'm on the Essendon train, baby. I'm on the Essendon train. Bang. Right there. My footy tips. Do not trust my footy tips. I'm doing this almost purely for entertainment at this point. But we're going with Essendon. Let's go with a safer... Oh, I can't even say that. Saints came off a win. Maybe... Oh, have I picked both of them? Okay. I don't know what I did there. Anyways, we're going to go with Sydney. I'm going to trust my gut with Sydney. Oh, that's the draw button. Oh, I didn't mean to say that. But imagine picking a draw. Imagine tipping a draw. That'd be hilarious. But we are going to go with Adelaide. I'm going to say Adelaide. Hopefully, we see something good there. Adelaide, technically having a better season than Collingwood. I don't know, man. I feel like Collingwood should be doing better. I definitely do, but they may be putting their foot off the gas now. Adelaide want to make up for their little mishap last week against Richmond. And again, some players are hungry. Some players are really looking for the goods this week. So hopefully these tips are good. I'm praying they are. We're going to go with those 6. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I wish you all the very best for the coming week. I hope you all do well. Again, I'm hoping that we manage to get a prize card this week. I'm always hoping, but last week was just so disappointing. I'm expecting it this week. I'm expecting it. But going to be an entertaining weekend. Hopefully a lot of fun. I will catch you all in the review. Hopefully a video in between all that. But if not, I'll see you all next week. Catch you all later, and goodbye.